If you suffer from low back pain or sciatica, so tingling, numbness, burning down the leg from standing for long periods of time or walking for long periods of time, this is something I hear all the time, and I want to tell you one thing that you can start doing immediately that will start helping, and the reason why it's happening. So from helping people over the years of this exact complaint, what I'll tell you is most of the time there's one main reason on why this is happening, and it comes down to balance. So I want you to try this: is take one leg up and hold it. And try and hold it for about 10 seconds, just standing quietly, arms to the side. Test the other one. Are you able to hold it for 10 seconds on each side? If the answer to that is no, then let's work on some balance. Now, we don't want to start here because this is just too challenging of a exercise already. So what you want to do is I call it a half kneeling position. But first, let's talk about why the pain happens. Now, we know that balance is normally challenged with somebody that's having low back pain with standing in place for long periods or walking or sciatica. But the reason why it happens is if balance isn't where it needs to be, it causes muscles in your body to become overworked. So the area that hurts is in pain because it's overworked. So that's why you can have some low back pain with standing or walking, or sciatica with back pain or standing. Those typically are the muscles in your hip. So the back of your hip, the butt area, become overworked, which can start to cause sciatica, the numbness, tingling, burning down into the leg. And the root cause of it is at least in part due to a balance problem. And that's how the body works. The far majority of the time, the area that hurts is in pain because it's overworked. And it's overworked because somewhere in the body's not working like it should. Now, if you think about it, as you walk throughout the day, it really is just single leg balance over and over and over again. And you may not realize it until you try this and find out that the balance isn't where it should be. But as you walk throughout the day, your body realizes it. And it has to fight to keep you up. And when something's hard, when an activity is hard, certain areas of the body become overworked. So let's jump into it. Let's go into the exercise that I would recommend. I'm going to give you two exercises that I would recommend that you start with in order to start improving that balance. So the first one here is just going down on one knee. And the way you'll make this more challenging, now you can grab a pad for underneath your knee or do this on a soft surface so your knee feels a little bit more comfortable. But the way that you'll make this more challenging is this front foot. So you can either bring it out to the side, and that's going to be easier, and that's because it widens your base of support. So if I'm standing up and I'm like this, my feet together, it's going to challenge my body more than if I'm like this. This widens my base of support. The same rule applies here. If I bring this front foot in line with my back knee, that's going to be the most challenging position. And you'll find that the knee that's down is the knee that's doing all of the work, most of the work. The knee in front is not, or leg in front. This is a really good hip and core stability exercise. So you can sit here, arms quietly to your sides. It should feel challenging. If it is too challenging, widen your base of support. If it's not challenging enough, narrow your base of support, and then test the other side. One side's going to be a little bit worse than the other typically. Now you know which side that you need to work on. The other thing, sometimes this is just too challenging. And so what you can do is a bird dog or a modified bird dog. So I'll go to the side here, and you can go on your hands and knees. You're going to have your shoulders directly above your hands, your knees directly below your hips, and all you're going to do is send one leg back. When you do this, try and make it so that the only thing that's moving is the leg that's going back. So I'm not turning, I'm not rotating, my back isn't moving, it's just my leg that's going back. And while that may not seem like a balance exercise, it definitely is. It's a stability, a core and hip stability exercise that will start to improve some balance.